right, so I have a couple people they're not related to each other. They're not for the same sitter. So I'm going to see who wants to start first. I have this older woman here, and she's very clear about the fact that she lives to become a grandmother, and family is the most important thing for her. She's with family all the time. As a matter of fact, she gives me such a sense that she may have even have lived with family, even grandchildren. It feels very multi-generational with her. And she was at home a lot. She did a lot around the house to contribute. She's very active, even though she's older. And she shows me a memory with one of the grandchildren, a granddaughter, of doing her hair. And this is kind of like a long process of doing the hair. She's braiding her granddaughter's hair. This was one of the things that she was known to do. That was her responsibility. And she gives me a sense that the granddaughter, she enjoyed this time, but it would sometimes hurt because she would pull it really tight, like she would pull the hair really tight, and she's just doing it tightly, she's not trying to hurt her granddaughter at all. So who would remember a grandmother that was around children and grandchildren a lot, and there would be memories of like her braiding hair and just being very helpful in the home? All right. Is someone raising their hand? No. Okay. I'm going to continue with her. She also shows me a memory of cooking and preparing, like always using a lot of fresh food. And she shows me a memory of just sitting outside with a big bowl, and it's with the peas, and you know how you'd like break off the stems of the peas, and she's doing that. So there would be memories of her really participating and cooking the food, and often just sitting outside as she was preparing some of the vegetables, doing things like that. Is this sounding familiar? Who is this sounding familiar to? Nilu. Am I saying your name correctly? You can unmute yourself, sweetie.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it could be my grandmother.
Okay.
It sounds like a mix of my grandmother and my mother. My mother used to braid my hair. I had long hair, but very, very tightly, and always hurt me.
Yeah.
But my grandmother used to, we lived with our grandparents and my parents all together.
Okay.
My grandmother used to cook a
Don't
lot.
give me too much information. Don't give me too much information. Thank you, sweetheart. I know it's exciting. So let me see what else she wants to say.
Okay.
We'll sort out if it's your grandma or your mom.
Okay.
She also shows me that she would dress a lot in, I call it like a house dress. You know how people used to wear the dresses around the house that you wouldn't go outside?
Yes.
Yep. So there would be memories that she would dress like that.
Yes.
And she has this blend of feeling very strict, like she's really about like respect and rules, but also really loving at the same time. So she expected certain behavior of everyone. She says it was almost like a little bit old-fashioned in that sense.
Yes.
You never crossed her or misbehaved. If she asked you to do something, you would do it. So everyone was very clear about that, and they knew to do that. And that would sound familiar to you.
Yes.
She also shows me her room in the house where she's living, and she likes the color like rosy pinks and burgundies. She shows me, I don't know if you would remember this, but the bedspread looks like a rosy pink. It's like the old-fashioned bedspread where you tuck the pillow into the bedspread, not like a comforter like we use now.
Yes.
And with some floral design on that, and that would sound familiar to you.
Yes.
It's really warm. Everything's kind of, it's kind of old and worn.
Yes.
Even her pillows are kind of well used, like worn. They're a little bit flat. She likes it that way. And she also shows me, this is so cute. She's lying on the bed and showing me, she would do little exercises like lifting her legs, like, but while she's lying down, to stay fit. She had these little things that she did, a little routine, and you would remember that about her.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
cute. So cute. She really does stay very active. She's very capable. She also shows me, besides the cooking, she's doing some sweeping with a broom, like outside, sweeping the outside, keeping everything really clean, inside and out is really very important to her. And you would remember that about her too.
Yes.
I also see little, right outside the front door, like a pot with some flowers. She would keep those even when she was older. And she wasn't always the one that went to purchase the flowers wherever they were purchased to plant them. She would send someone with a list and she wanted specific flowers and
Yes.
someone was bringing them back to her, and then she would plant them and take care of them.
Right.
She really liked that, just like she liked those fresh, crisp vegetables. Yeah. I also feel like when she was cooking, there were certain things that she cooked that was very like hearty, filling meals, more like a casserole. She cooked a lot of casseroles. And I know I'm trying to pay attention to time tonight. I'm running out of time, but she just shows me that when she cooked those casseroles, it was kind of like open the fridge, what do we have, and dumping stuff in. It wasn't necessarily like, oh, I'm going to make this casserole with this recipe. She's just sort of
Right.
winging it. And she
Yes.
says, I made it taste really good. And you
Yeah.
remember that about her.
Yes.
So I'm just going to leave you with all of her
Thank you.
love. She's just so vibrant.
Thank
So
you very much.
vibrant. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very
Thank you.
welcome.
Okay.
You're very welcome. So